Even if you choose to liquidate just the first 50 alone and get that cash out within, let's say, 2 months or 3 months, that is 120 million, right? There are at least 10 businesses that we have done video on this channel that you can start with, this liquidated cash as a team and begin to build from there. This is how to retire rich, guys, in Africa. You cannot depend on just the government alone to do everything for you. There are small scale businesses that you can buy, that you can invest into. All kinds of businesses. Fashion is there, farming is there, farming in all kinds of crops. There is animal farming, animal husbandry, exploitation of fields. We're going to be covering that. There are videos that are covered that already on this channel. This channel is about how you can retire rich in Africa. You cannot depend like our fathers, like our mothers, who are retired and they are depending on the government to feed them, right? To take care of them. One of them have had stroke, one of them have died even before getting their pension and their gratuity. You cannot live your life like them because there is a change, there is a cultural shift that is happening. This is how, guys, to retire rich in Africa. This is part 3 of how to retire rich in Africa. My name again is Dan Arubasa. I'm a life after school coach. I'm a quantum leap enabler, a value market strategist, a goals achievers expert, and above all, a master SME fundraiser with over 10 years experience across board. So we're looking at how to retire rich in Africa, part 3, a step-by-step guide towards executing a personal retirement plan for Africans within and outside Africa, right? So from part 2 rather, we started asking a question, right? Talking about savings, right? How to save money and all that. I will tell you, you should imagine the possibility of pensioners who are currently struggling, right, with life at the moment. Government is owing them. They are struggling with how to take care of themselves. Some of them end up with strokes. Some of them end up broke and frustrated because the government is not meeting up with their pension funding. And a part 1 will look at how pension fund is funded, partly government or private employee, and the private employer and the employee coming together, right, to contribute a percentage of their monthly income over a period of time. Let's say 35 years, 40 years, 50 years, as the case may be, for the long time that we are able to work, right? Now, we're talking about, in part 2, we look at why a personal retirement plan. I will look at 3 reasons: the shifting culture that is changing, right? And also look at the fact that, love it or hate it, old age is coming. You need to plan for how to take care of yourself in old age. The videos are here right now on this particular channel. Just suck them out. You're able to look at part 1 to part 2 and several other videos that have to do with your income, right? So we are looking at, in this part 3, we're going to be looking at how to build a $300 million business enterprise in 5 years, saving at least $10,000 monthly using real estate. This is more like you are saving your money rather than in the bank, right? You are saving it in landed properties, right? Because we look at the fact that if inflation, most times you are saving your money even just with your retirement fund account. Most times inflation is even higher than your return on investment on your pension account, right? So instead of depending absolutely on the government funded pension account, this is how to retire rich in Africa. One of the ways is to invest in landed properties. Save a percentage of your earning for your working period of time that you're working all throughout your life, right? Or as a young man, even if you don't have a job, you're self-employed or others employed, nobody's talking about your retirement planning. What thing you should do is to save a percentage of your income in real estate properties. Over time, the value is going to appreciate. You can liquidate to make other investment, or you can liquidate to take care of yourself for the rest of your life, right? In part 4, this is part 3. In part 4, we'll look at several other things you can do with your income as they begin to generate and begin to multiply as you invest them into real estate, right? So on this channel, How to Retire Rich in Africa, in every video I share practical strategies that the average income earner anywhere across the African continent can regularly engage to transform their lives financially within the shortest time possible. So, like our videos, subscribe to our channels, put on the notification bell that when we post more videos, right, you get notified that we have a new video that is already available on the channel. Also, help us share so that your friends, your colleagues around you, church members, co-workers can get to hear about the things you're hearing, and you are learning and growing every day. So I will encourage you to do this if you are an African and a Nigerian in particular who lives either outside or within Africa, and you can afford to save 200 naira, 500 naira, 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira, 3,000, 5,000 naira or more daily on a monthly basis, then you should subscribe to this channel, right? If you are doing 200 naira daily, that is 6,000 on a monthly basis. If you are doing 70, that is monthly basis, that is 72,000 on a yearly basis, right? If you are doing 500 daily, that is 15,000 monthly. That is, you can either do 500 naira daily or you are doing 15,000 on a monthly basis for your savings. Every year, that is 180,000 on the yearly basis, right? If you are doing 1,000 daily, that is 30,000 on a monthly basis and 360,000 yearly per annum, right? If you are doing 2,000, that is 60,000 monthly and 720,000 on a yearly basis. If you are doing 3,000, that is 90,000 monthly and 1,080,000 on the yearly basis. If you are doing 5,000 daily, that is 150,000 monthly and 1.8 million on the yearly basis. On this channel, we show you what you can do with all your savings, whether daily or monthly, on the yearly basis to transform your life, right? Different places you can put your money, make investment, and be able to multiply and manage your money. That is all we talk about on this channel. So today on this part 3 on how to retire rich in Africa, we're looking at how to build a 300 million business enterprise in 5 years, saving at least 10,000 monthly using real estate. Already look at part 1 and part 2. Look for them and watch them and several other videos on this channel. So let's hit the ground running. Now, I said saving 10,000 naira monthly, right? But here I'm saying 10,005. That is like saving 350 naira every blessed day of the month. At the end of every month, right? For an employee or a business person or a self-employed someone, that is about 10,500 on a monthly basis. Somebody can commit to saving this. But look at the fact that for a pensioner, someone who is trying to retire rich, you are planning your retirement, right? In 40 years, in 20 years, in 35 years' time, in 50 years' time, depending on how old you are right now and how many years you've worked, right? So let's say 350 is what you are saving on a daily basis. For 30 days, that's 10,500 every month. That's what you have at the end of every month. In a year, that is 10,500 times 12, right? That is 126,000 naira every year as an individual. It's small, I know, but we're going to show you several things you could do with a savings like this. But on this, I'm going to be diving into how you can actually build a 200 million business, right? Saving just 10,500 on a monthly basis. So let's say for 40 years, you are saving what you're going to be, if you are just saving only perhaps in the bank, all right, or in a cooperative, right, what you're going to be having is like 5,040,000 in 40 years. And there is the issue of inflation that is not always caused. At times it rises so much and the return on your savings is wiped out at the end of the day. Now, where can you save your money, right, in preparation for retirement anywhere in Africa, right? That is where what happens to inflation with these savings. Of course, it will be wiped out. The value will be reduced totally at the end of the day. So what happens with inflation is that, but at the end of the day, your savings, no matter how much your savings is, the value is going to be wiped out unless you are saving it somewhere that its value is appreciating over time, right? That is what brings us to the place of the 4 factors of production. Now, there are several places you could save your money. You can save it in labor. There are videos that I already covered that on this channel. Subscribe to the channel. You're going to be having a lot of notification, right? That has to do with several videos that will cover several things. You could save your money in labor, right? You can save it in landed properties called land banking, right? You can save it maybe in form of capital, right? To start a business for yourself, and also in entrepreneurship. The truth is, when it comes to wealth creation, right, which is about how to retire rich in Africa is about, right? All you just need is the ability or the capacity to organize these 4 factors of production. Can you organize your money in land? Can you organize your money in labor? Can you organize your money in form of a capital to generate profits? Can you organize your money like an entrepreneur at the end of the day? So in this part 3 of this how to retire rich in Africa, right, we're going to be picking land and labor or capital just interwoven together, right? For instance, if as an individual, for here you're talking about one person, you're doing it yourself, right? Every year you're having 126,000 naira. By the way, there's another video that covers if you want to do it as an individual, right? How you can do this as an individual. In part 4, we're going to look at that, right? And also look at why real estate in part 4. The video is somewhere right now on the way. You finish this, you can watch that at the end of the day. So, but then you're going to be thinking like an entrepreneur, right? And be able to build a business, a 200 million naira business in 5 years using real estate, right? You're going to talk about how to partner, how to strategize with people, bring up a team of people together and work with them like a cooperative or like friends or like partners who work together, right? To build wealth over a long period of time. So we're using this for an example. Let's say that this is you, right? Sorry, this is you, right? And you were able to organize 100 people together. 100 people together as part of your team. Don't worry about how to organize 100 people. There is a video on this channel that deals with team building, right? Search for it, you're going to get it and watch it. How to organize people together and to build your team over time, right? It's available on this channel. We also have material that cover team building for investments. Or you hit on our description to our storeroom where you get both free and paid materials. You're going to be getting material that cover team building, right? So let's assume that you were able to study the materials and you're able to organize 100 people together that are contributing the same thing as you. That is 10,500. That's 100 people. On a monthly basis, what you are having is 1,050,000. 1,050,000. And by the way, it doesn't matter what you are watching this video from. It doesn't matter where you are across Africa. All you have to do is to convert our Nigerian naira into your country currency, and you get the value of what we are talking about, right? So you are working with 100 people. 10,000 monthly times 100 will give you 1,050,000 on a monthly basis. On a yearly basis, you have 12.6 million every year as savings. Now, you're not just like yourself. You're not going to just leave this money to rest in the bank or to rest somewhere because of inflation. So what do? You save the money in bank. For instance, if you do nothing with the money in 40 years, for instance, we're going to be having about 504 million, right? For all of you for 40 years, doing this consistently and all that. Of course, there will be guidelines that will guide this kind of investments. That's why there are materials that are available on our workshop, on our shop where you can, an online store where you can go and download material that can guide you all through policies to set up a team of 100, 20 people, 4 people, 6 people, 13 people, 15 people like that. It is broken down to everyone's understanding. You just edit and apply. Then the policy will be able to guide you guys through along the line. So you have a team of 100 people contributing 10,500. That is 1,050,000 monthly. That is 12.6 million yearly and 504 million in 40 years. Where the breakdown comes in is investing the money into landed properties. Right now, there are properties you will see for 450, There are properties you will see for 300, 350, 600, 1.40 million, right? But for the purpose of this illustration of building a 300 million dollar business in 5 years, we're going to pick landed properties for 250, right? So let's move on to the next slide. So what you have here is that if you are working with your yearly income of that is 12.6 million income on the yearly basis. Where's my calculator? Let me look for a calculator. All right. So if you have this as that is 12.6 million, right? 12.6 million, right? Divided by 2. What the plot you are looking for is 250,000 worth of properties, right? What you have is about 50 properties every year. It means that you will be able to buy at least you'll be able to buy at least 50 properties on a yearly basis. Every year you will be able to buy at least 50 properties, 50 plots of land, right? Every year. Total value appreciating properties spread across anywhere across the continent for every year, because you have an income contribution of 12.6 every year, right? Is 50 plots per year. By second year, you have 100 plots in total, all cost at that 250,000 naira. By third year, you have 150 plots as a team of 100 people. By fourth year, you have a total plot of 200 plots, right? Then by the fifth year, you have a total of 250 plots at the end of your fifth year in partnership, right? Don't forget, you are not doing this on the short term, you are doing this on the long term. So within the first 5 years alone, you guys have gotten about 250 plots. And you know, it is 4 plots plus that makes an acre, right? 4 plots that makes an acre. So if you have 250 plots, right, divided by 4, for an instance, you have a total of about 62 acres, approximately 63 acres of land. They could be spread across different locations, value appreciating locations across the entire continent. Guys, I'm showing you how to retire rich in Africa. Africa is rising. It is not going to be built in the sky. It's going to be built on landed properties, right? Farming, agriculture, right? Industry is going to be needing land to establish new places. Some of the places you're going to be buying today for 250 are not going to be the same value. Like some of them are going to be 20 times their original price in 2, 3, that is in 20 years, in 30 years. So if you're investing your money or saving your money in landed property, what we call land banking, right, as a team, is a powerful way to retire rich in Africa, right? So let's move on into breaking this down to on a perfect understanding, right? So what it means is that properties should be within the first year. You have 50 properties, right? We're saying here that properties should be at least 10 times their initial original purchase price. If you use our real estate property, right? How to retire rich in Africa, real estate acquisition property document. The material is available somewhere on our store. Click on the link, it will take you there, right? You can take a look at it. If you use the strategy shared in that material, right, there is no way the land you bought 5 years ago will not be 10 times its price in 5 years after. That is what we have calculated here, right? So properties should be at least the 50 plots you bought for the first year. Don't forget, every year you are buying 50 plots as a team. So the thing is, using our formula, the 50 properties that you bought, right, 5 years ago, by the end of the first 5 years, right, should be at least 10 times the original price. So you bought for 250 times 10 times 50, that will give you a total of 125 million in 5 years. That is investments in real estate properties that you have spread across several locations across Africa. Then the ones you bought on the first year, right? In 4 years' time, the ones you bought on the second year, right, which should be 4 years at the end of the 5th year, this should be at least 8 times the original purchase price. We are speaking based on a formula that works, not exaggerations. Based on formula that works, right? So you're looking at 250,000 times 8 the original price times 50 plots that you bought on the second year. That's about 100 million in real estate valuation, landed property that you guys have as a team of 100 people. The ones you bought on the third year that will not be 3 years old by the end of the 5th year should be at least 6 times their purchase price. So what you have there is 250,000 times 6 original price, that is 6%, right? 6 times the original 60% of the original price times 50 plots that you bought on the third year. That is 75 million in 3 years, right? Don't forget how you bought the properties. You are buying 50 per year. By the end of the second year, you have 100 properties. Third year, you have 150 properties. Fourth year, you have 200 properties. Fifth year, you have 250 properties. I know this is a lot to wrap your head around, but then that's why I would say you should have a diary and a note for this channel, how to retire rich in Africa, where you can go through your diary and think and brainstorm on how to implement these things. And thank God for the materials that I've developed already that are available on our online store. You can go there, you can buy the ebooks, the physical books, and the ebooks, right? And study them as a team and look at how you can execute this on a personal level. So if you add a total of that is 125 million, right, plus 100 million, that is 225 million, plus 75 million, you will have a total of 300 million that is stored value in real estate properties, right? In real estate properties within just the first 5 years alone. Let's assume that this was not accomplished in 5 years, but in 10 years, right, this was accomplished. That is, you guys as a team, you have 300 million worth of property spread across several locations across Africa. This is how to retire rich, right, in Africa. Invest your money in landed properties, because the value of land is going to be appreciated over time. Of course, in part 4, like I said before, we're going to be looking at why real estate properties. Why should you put your money in real estate properties, right? So understand this also. So we have 300 million. You have been able to, as a team of 100 people, you guys have been able to build an enterprise of 300 million worth of landed properties. Now remember, the 200 million is an estimated worth of the first 150 plots of landed properties. That is the 50 you bought the first year, the 50 you bought the second year, the 50 you bought on the third year. Bought within the first 3 years. There is still a balance, right, of 100 plots, not 50 plots, please, of 100 plots. Because what you have was 150, 200, 250 minus 150. What you should have left is about 250. Oh, sorry, what you should have left is 100, not 50. So let's correct that. 50. There is still 100 plots, right, that are still there. Plot of landed properties worth at least, all right, I think that figure have to change. That is 100. That is 100,000. That is 100 plots times 250,000 for each that you bought them. That is about 25 million worth of properties, right? What million purchase price? All right, at least 25 million purchase price of 250. What we are saying here is that what we estimated now is just the first 150 plot that you guys bought. That is worth 300 million using our formula. There is still 100 plots of landed properties worth at least 25 million purchase price of 250,000 naira per plot. Now the reality is there is at least 10 businesses with guaranteed potentials to generate millions of naira monthly that the liquidated cash from the properties can be invested into. That means even if you choose to liquidate just the first, for instance, look at this for instance. The first 50 is 125 million, right? Even if you choose to liquidate just the first 50 alone and get that cash out within, let's say, 2 months or 3 months, that is 120 million, right? There are at least 10 businesses that we have done video on this channel that you can start with, this liquidated cash as a team and begin to build from there. This is how to retire rich, guys, in Africa. You cannot depend on just the government alone to do everything for you. There are small scale businesses that you can buy, that you can invest into. All kinds of businesses. Fashion is there, farming is there, farming in all kinds of crops. There is animal farming, animal husbandry. It's predominantly of fields. We're going to be covering that. There are videos that are covered that already on this channel. This channel is about how you can retire rich in Africa. You cannot depend like our fathers, like our mothers, who are retired and they are depending on the government to feed them, right? To take care of them. Some of them have had stroke, some of them have died even before getting their pension and their gratuity. You cannot live your life like them because there is a change, there is a cultural shift that is happening. This is how, guys, to retire rich in Africa. Of course, there are going to be challenges. For instance, number one, building a team of 100 or more people to partner with you to make this happen. And like I said, in part 4, we're going to be looking at, even if you don't want to be a team of 100 people, there is what you can do, right? In the part 4 of this series, we also cover that and several other things. So it's going to be a challenge, yes, of course. They're locating trustworthy individuals who will be as committed as you are. These are 2 challenges you're going to be having, right? That is why we are currently, at the moment, building what we call the Global Wealth Creators Facebook community with Dan Arubasa. The link to the group is somewhere right now on this channel. Just click on it. It will take you straight to the group where you have people, right? It's a community of people that are, right now we are 100 and something, right? By the end of the year 2023, we are looking at hosting our first in-gathering at Asaba, Nigeria, right? Where we're having people coming together, global wealth creators coming together in one place, discussing the way forward as youth across the continent. So it's a place where you can build formidable force of 18 people, right? You have a team of 5 people, 10 people, 15 people. You bring them into that team and will start strategizing on how to execute your own plan, right? So follow the link placed there on the description of this video and join us in the community. People there from Rwanda, Zambia, Gambia, Ghana, South Africa, Rwanda, Nigeria, a lot of people across Africa are right there right now in that community. So if you are going to be having a challenge of building a team of 100 people, that's why you should join the community. Building a team of trustworthy individuals who will be committed as you are. That's the reason why you need to join the community, right? And also, we also have learning resource. Like I've been saying, we have an online store. The link is attached to this video right now. Just click on it to take you online where you can get our materials, right? Some are paid, some are free. If you download the free ones, you come back for the paid ones. Why not? Everything is built to make sure that you are able to escape the life of struggle anywhere across the African continent. It's all built on how you can retire rich in Africa as an African, whether within or outside the continent. Right? Don't forget. If you are African and you are a Nigerian in particular who live either outside or within Africa and you can afford to save 200 naira, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 or more daily or monthly basis, then you should subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel. It's going to be mind-blowing, the video we are sharing, so that you can get notified, right? You can get share the video also with your friends. Like the video, because the more people like the videos, the more YouTube will be showing these videos to more people across Africa. So if you are doing 200 naira daily, and it's 6,000 naira on a monthly basis, 75,000 naira on the yearly basis. It's small, yes, but there are videos on this channel that will show you how you can change your life with as little as 72,000 naira every year. If you are doing 500 daily, and it's 15,000 naira monthly and 180,000 naira on the yearly basis. If you are doing 1,000 daily, that is 30,000 monthly and 350,000 naira on the yearly basis. If you are doing 2,000 naira, that is 60k monthly and 720 on the yearly basis. If you are doing 3,000 daily, that is 90,000 monthly and 1,080,000 on the yearly basis. If you are doing 5,000 naira daily, that is 150,000 monthly and 1.8 million on the yearly basis. So if you're an African and a Nigerian in particular who lives either outside or within Africa and they can afford to save any of these I've mentioned, right, you subscribe to this channel, right, and be a part of what we are doing. In part 4, how to retire rich in Africa, which is the video is available right now somewhere on this channel, a step-by-step guide to executing a personal retirement plan for Africans within or outside Africa. We're going to be looking at why real estate, why not any other investment vehicles, why should you actually, someone want to retire rich in Africa, why should you consider real estate, right, as part of your retirement plan? In part 4, we dealt with that and how you can operate as an individual if you don't want to build a team to work with you. My name again is Dan Arubasa. I'm a life after school coach. I'm a quantum leap enabler. I'm a value market strategist. I'm a goals achievers expert. I'm a quantum leap enabler. And above all, I am a master fundraiser for SME with over 10 years experience across board. So see you in part 4 and several other videos available on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, and to put on the notification bell that YouTube will be showing you more of our videos. See you in another video.